end what he's called Britain's soft-touch reputation on immigration. And he's laid out plans to curb the benefits migrants can expect. From housing to healthcare in England, the Prime Minister said immigrants would now have to show they could make a contribution before they qualify for help. But tonight there are questions over whether the policies are workable, with critics saying they'll make very little difference to the overall figures. Our Deputy Political Editor James Landale reports from Ipswich.
Immigrants have been coming to Ipswich for centuries, but where once they came to Britain to work and trade, David Cameron thinks too many come now to claim benefits. And today he said that had to stop. The Prime Minister came here to say that immigration enriched British society and was essential for the economy. But the something-for-nothing culture had to end, and here's how.
By stopping our benefit system from being such a soft touch, by making entitlement to our key public services something migrants earn, not an automatic right, and by bringing the full force of government together to crack down on illegal working. So, by the end of this year, and before the controls on Bulgarians and Romanians are lifted, we're going to strengthen the test that determines which migrants can access benefits.
So he said workless migrants from the EU will lose their job seekers allowance after 6 months if they can't show they have a genuine chance of work. Those from outside the EU might need private health insurance before they can get NHS treatment. And councils will be asked to make immigrants wait at least 2 years before getting onto social housing waiting lists. Can you tell us how many fewer people do you expect actually not to come here as a result of these changes?
Now, I'm confident when you take all our changes together that we're going to make further progress towards getting net migration down to tens of thousands. That is what I want us to do. I think it is perfectly achievable.
But even as he spoke, there was confusion over how many migrants claim benefits and how much they cost the NHS. In truth, the government doesn't collect detailed information on the number of immigrants claiming benefits, but its own research shows that of the 5.5 million people claiming working age benefits in 2011, just 6% were estimated to be foreigners. Critics say that the pros of migration outweigh the cons, above all for the economy.
Migrants pay in more than they take out. They contribute more in taxes than they take out in benefits and public services, and they're much less likely than natives to claim benefits.
David Cameron says it should be harder for immigrants to get access to benefits.
Yes, I agree with that, totally.
Is it an important issue for you?
Not particularly. Half my workforce is people from other countries because I'm a nurse and I appreciate their help.
Which party do you trust to tackle immigration?
None really.
Why not?
Well, I don't seem to be doing much about it. It's going to happen anyway.
Immigration is now a central political battle, and the three largest parties are all toughening up their rhetoric. But they are constrained by the European Union, and none of them are likely to go as far as UKIP.
This speech is not about EU migrants claiming benefits. It's about the rise of UKIP and trying to get us off his back. None of it works. We will have an open door to the whole of Eastern Europe from next year.
So battle is now joined over immigration, a battle for public opinion where the talk is tough, but the detail is work in progress. James Landale, BBC News, Ipswich.
I'm joined now in the studio by Professor Christian Dustmann, Director of the Centre for Research and Analysis on Migration at University College London. Very good to have you with us. As we heard in James's report, the government doesn't collect detailed information on migrants collecting benefits. You, on the other hand, have. You've done some research that shows new immigrants, apparently from Europe, are statistically less likely to claim benefits than other people. Just tell us a bit more about the detail of that.
Yes, we have done research on A8 immigrants, which are those immigrants who came after 2004, and our research covers the period from 2004 to 2009, and we found that A8 immigrants are 60% less likely than natives, UK-born natives, to claim housing benefits or to receive benefit transfers. They are 37%. They contribute 37% more in direct and indirect taxes than they receive in transfers and other benefits. So they are basically net contributors to the benefit system rather than individuals who take out more than they put in.
And is that because they're very motivated, because they're moving to a new country to make a good life in that new country?
That may be part of it, but they have a very high participation rate, so they are more likely to be in work than natives. They are young, they are well educated, and at least 8 immigrants have made a strong contribution to the fiscal system in this country, rather than taking out more than they have put in, as has been suggested in many of the recent policy comments we have heard.
So interesting today when we saw David Cameron's speech in Ipswich. It was short perhaps on numbers and figures, but obviously an important political speech. And the fact is that genuine facts and hard figures and numbers don't necessarily correlate with political fact. And the political fact is that David Cameron is trying to present the Conservative Party as being tough on immigration.
Absolutely. So what we are seeing at the moment is that all political parties try to be tough on immigration. That may be a response to the stand of UKIP, but in my view this is a race to the bottom, because it endangers the position of the UK as being a country which welcomes hard-working immigrants who made a huge contribution to the UK economy over recent years. It is also very dangerous because it sets the wrong signals to students who are a very big benefit to the UK education system. And I think we need to get more substantive facts in substantive arguments in this debate, rather than very anecdotically based argumentation.
Just literally in a line, if you would, has the government approached you to get the findings of your research?
Our findings are in the open domain for many years, not just on the fiscal contribution of immigrants. They are cited heavily by politicians as well as by the media. But on this particular issue, we have not been approached by the government.
Okay, Professor Christian Dustmann from University College London, thank you very much.